Good morning. It feels good to be back. It's actually been a little bit of time. It's been I think like a patch and a half since I've played. Like they pushed all the beta stuff to the main branch and then they added a new beta patch. Um, Proof, I haven't opened up this game because they're showing me the little Ascensions thing. Now I have read this before. You know, they wanted to add a thing to make it so that players wouldn't be so obsessed with Ascension climbing. I think that's good. I've been working on 2 YouTube videos about Slay the Spire, but unfortunately for one of them, I need to actually win with the defect, and I still haven't done that. So the goal is to win with the defect, as per normal. But the video, which I think I'm gonna call Ascension7.mov, where I show it's basically just the Sleep the Spire but edited. I do want to have one as the defect, so hopefully we can accomplish that today. This is new, and I know it's pretty good. File holster is pretty good. The other video I've been working on has been the second Some Thoughts on Slay the Spire 2, which is good, and I've got a lot of opinions on potions in it. And getting file holster would make for good background footage, but I think it's also really good and is worth trying. So I think we'll take file holster. Question is that now, like, I've got file holster. This is the earliest we can fight an elite, and it's worth thinking, like, we're gonna have 2 potion slots filled with potions. We're probably getting a 3rd potion here. Possibly even a 4th? So we might want to be spending one of our potions, but after that, there's lots of options for 3 elite paths. And by lots of options, I mean there's one, and it's this one. This is the only 3 elite path, actually. Because this doesn't lead to another elite, and this doesn't lead. So if we want to take a 3 elite path, we are forced to do this, this, this. There, we will always be doing this, I think. Then we do this. And I think we want to go for 3 elite. If we're going to take file holster, the benefit is that we can do 3 elites. If we're here, we probably want to maximize question marks rather than fights, if and only if, because we'll already have 2 potions, so we don't need the potions, and question marks, I'm just going to make the claim that they're better than monsters, even though I don't think that's true. It might be true. I don't actually know. Like, that's one of the many things I don't know about this game, whether it's better to go to question marks or monsters, and that's something I still, like, really am confused about. So I want to take file holster. Strength potion and liquid memories. So one of the claims I'm going to make in Some Thoughts on Slay the Spire, the other Some Thoughts on Slay the Spire 2, is I'm gonna, like, mention a different framework for thinking about potions. And part of that is thinking of them like cards, which I think is very funny to be like, hey, you want to think about something different? Think of them like cards, right? That's obviously intuitive. Everyone knows how cards work. But it's worth saying, like, this is... A way to see this is, like, 0 cost, innate, doesn't take up your hand size, super exhaust, inflame, right? And, like, if you have an inflame in your deck that you only can play once, but you do have it in your deck, it just gets super exhausted. Does that influence what cards you take? And it might. I mean, if we see something that hits multiple times, that might be worth taking. Purely because it means Strength Potion will let us kill whatever elite we fight. Now, we are in the Underdogs, I think. Waterfall Giant is an Underdogs opponent, I think. So that means it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's this guy. And it's the Shambler. And this is obviously a doctor riding Shambler. And so it's worth thinking, like, depending on the opponent, this might be really good against these 2, but it might not be that good against this one. It might only be good against the Jawworm. Liquid Memories, put a card from your discard pile into your hand. It's free to play this turn. This kind of wants us to just take something stupid, dumb, expensive that we can play 2 turns in a row. And yeah, I've been thinking a lot more about if instead of viewing these as ways to deal with bad hands, or ways to make a fight less long. So I want to explain both those situations. Like, fix a bad hand by drawing cards or adding a card back or something. Or make a fight less long. Theoretically, the shorter the fight, the less damage you take. So a strength potion just shortens the fight by, like, a turn, you could say. Instead of viewing it as that, I've been trying to more intentionally view it as like, dude, it's 5 minutes and I've even started playing. I've been trying to view it as like a super exhaust, a card that you actually just have in your deck that super exhausts. The difference is obviously you don't get to choose this card; it gets added randomly, which is honestly a bonus. And very interesting. So anyway, I've just been thinking about potions a lot. I think it's going to form like half of some thoughts on Slay the Spire 2, which will hopefully come out after Ascension 7.mov. That's sort of where my mind is at. Nonetheless, let's actually play the damn game. I want to be a lot more intentional with my turns, partly because I really, really want to win. I do think Zap is better than Dual Cast here. Is it? For Zap to have been better than Dual Cast, has to be worth 6 damage a turn. We're changing between 16. Yeah, no, I'm surviving for more than 3 turns, so this would be more damage. Cool. Cool. Alright. Zap was better than Dual Cast there, but I just played that knowing that to be true from the first game, but not remembering. Okay, so we already have another potion. This means we're currently at 30% potion chance. This will take us to 40 afterwards, and this will take us to 50 afterwards. Heart of Iron gives us good defense. Heart of Iron is going to be like especially good into this guy and this guy specifically. Well, maybe. So like Heart of Iron, I say it's good into these guys. What it does is it lets us play attacks on most of our turns. Into this guy, though, it could actually let us full block on like the 33 damage turn, which is a consideration. Nonetheless, man. Glacier is good with Liquid Memories. It'll let us like spam block. But Focus Strike, you kind of need to take just because it's damage. And none of the other ones are damage, and I think you want to prioritize damage to be able to kill things quickly. I'm already thinking that I might have to do this, actually. We'll see what we get afterwards. Yeah, I'm not certain. My instinct is actually to take Glacier. Glacier because Liquid Memories is good, Glacier because the Strength Potion will already give us the bonus strength we need, and Glacier because I know it to be a good card, but like, I still remember when Glacier had like, I want to say like 11 block, or something insane like that. Like, just an insane amount of block. And so my thoughts on Glacier are like, this incredible thing. This is just like 2 mana block 10 on the turn you play it. So maybe Focus Strike is better. I don't know. Just because I say a lot of words doesn't mean I know anything. I'm going to take Glacier. I'm going to hope that it's the right choice. Is it? Who knows? Okay. Unfortunately, won't be able to avoid damage here, unless this 18's on the back guy. Okay. I'm just going to play this and this. Take my 2 damage, not spend a potion just to avoid 2 damage. We've only got a 30% chance of a potion anyway. This is a full block for the turn. If we do this, that kills this guy. We're already full blocking. Cool. You know, Glacier helped more than like the focus potion, I think, in that fight. Or the focus attack would have. Okay. So this is an interesting choice. Cold Snap gives us another Frost Orb. We probably don't need another Frost Orb. Leap is another defense card, and I just don't think we need a defense card. And Thunder is good damage. That will help a lot, so I'll take Thunder. Now I don't think we need this. It gives us the extra potion percentage. I don't think we need that. And our cards with some potions should be good enough to actually deal with the elite. So I'm going to go here and hope that this buffs us more than anything else would. This is interesting. This is a really early chosen cheese. Like an incredibly early chosen cheese. We are certainly going to get enough HP back from it. And if we're already planning on resting, this will give us that little bit of extra bonus HP. I'm also not so certain that the defect common card pool is something we really want to be over-indexing on anymore. Like, what common cards really do we want right now? Maybe the one that blocks and gives us 2 Lightning Orbs? just because of Thunder. That's the only one I think we want, Lightning Rod. But I think we take the Chosen Cheese here. Okay, this is another max HP but you take damage event. I essentially just found this event a second ago, right? Like the Chosen Cheese is just another version of this event. So how greedy do we want to be? We are hitting a rest site before we even hit the elite. So if we just like commit to sleeping, if we commit to sleeping, we could get a lot done. Which is kind of interesting. How many times would I want to hit this? Take 1 damage, take 2 damage. Like I'm thinking if you get rid of the max HP bit. 1 damage, 2 damage, 3 damage, 4 damage, 5 damage. That's 15, and it gives me 10 extra max HP. So I'd be at 28, but I'd have 85 max HP. I'm not so certain I want to commit to that. What do you upgrade to? 9 block, what do you upgrade to? 8. Those aren't great upgrades. However, Zap is probably a good enough upgrade. I'm thinking, like, for this rest site. I'm gonna abstain. Let's go to this fight. I will simply Glacier and Strike. I am taking it a lot slower than normal. Which I'm hoping is good. Okay, Tempest. We haven't found anything good for Strength Potion, but Tempest is pretty good, and it'll work really well with Thunder. So will Ball Lightning to a lesser extent. But Tempest lets us spend our turn. And yeah, I think Tempest is just good. I'll take Tempest. Here we're upgrading, and I do think we're going to upgrade Tempest over like Thunder. Or Zap. That might be wrong. Zap might have been better. Zap we can more consistently play, and if we draw it on the same turn as Tempest, it's the exact same thing as getting +1 on Tempest. Alright, Jawworm. So I do want to use 8 Potion against the Jawworm. I doubt it'll be Liquid Memories. My original plan was to do Potion of Strength, Strength Potion, but we don't actually have Strength buffs, which makes me think I actually want to just go Heart of Iron. That makes this turn like Glacier, Heart of Iron, Strike? We might be using both the Strength Potion and the Heart of Iron, actually. Which I don't hate the idea of, because we're probably, you know, here we're at... This was 30, so this was... Sorry. This was 30. So this is going to be 40 into 50. We're probably getting at least 1 potion from the 40% or the 50%. So having 2 potions for this fight is probably good enough. So I'm going to use Heart of Iron and Strength Potion. Three by 3. So I've got full block. That's really unfortunate. Would have liked... I guess, there's not much I could have wanted here other than Tempest and Thunder. Double full block. One thing I have noticed from watching my footage back is that I'm very bad at remembering relics. So I'll take Thunder. I'll dual cast out that Frost Orb. But I'll play Tempest. It gives me another Frost Orb. But more importantly, it sets up Lightning Orbs. I'm always Lightning Orbing, just because it's the most damage. Now, I can stun this guy. And this buff is going to be the Vigor buff, which I want to prevent. So we do this. That stuns this guy. I think we just do dual cast Tempest. That's just like an incredible amount of damage. Cool, I mean, it's lethal, even. This +2 strength was not necessary this fight. I don't think it gave me enough damage. The other way of seeing it is like, +2 strength isn't going to give me a lot in most fights, but that was probably unnecessary. I didn't have a great way of like imagining how much damage, or how successful that would be. This combo. But this combo is really good against single target. In fact, this combo, this is the elite that combo is good against, right? Because it's not good against the Shambler and it's not good against these guys. So maybe I should have thought, having this combo, I only needed 1 potion for this elite, and this one was the easiest for us to fight. Nonetheless, we have Mercury Hourglass, which is really good. I'm not taking Claw. Because we have Mercury Hourglass, there's this funny incentive that this gives us, which is that we don't need to attack as much. Because if we block, theoretically, if we block every turn, we now win the game. With Mercury Hourglass. Now that's, in theory, enemies will increase strength, blah, 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 blah. But it does incentivize us to just take defensive cards, and honestly, I don't want any of these. I definitely don't want Uproar or Claw. They're both not good. And then the question is, do you want Boost Away? And with Glacier and with Liquid Memories, I don't think I want Boost Away. I think I'm taking Skip here. We'll fight this fight. Fossil Stalker. Whenever they deal unblocked attack damage, gain 3 strength. They're going to deal unblocked attack damage right now. Which is kind of annoying. Did not draw my defense. Tempest should be lethal, right? 9 plus 8? No, I'm 1 off with Tempest being lethal. If I just take 2 damage, I'm probably still killing next turn. Yeah, I mean, I am guaranteed with 2 strengths. It's a little awkward. That's okay. And we didn't get the potion there either. So going into this fight, we know we're fighting one of these two... Sorry, everyone but this guy. We're fighting the Shambler or the 4 guys. Are we winning that fight? Sweeping Beam will help on both of those. Because Sweeping Beam obviously helps with the AoE guys. And so does having Mercury Hourglass. That like really helps against the AoE guys. Hologram is a defensive card. Like giving us a second Glacier just means defend for the whole turn. But we really do need to be making sure we're doing a lot of damage. And like Glam'd Tempest is going to help us do somewhat consistent damage against the Shambler. But maybe we just want Sweeping Beam to make sure that's more frequent. I think I take Sweeping Beam. But this is going to have to help us a fair bit. Happy Flower. Happy Flower will help us a fair bit. I'm going to immediately forget that we have Happy Flower when thinking about how to plan. But it is nice to have. I can dual cast to deal decent damage. But I'd rather, like, wait till I have Thunder down, maybe? No, that's probably unnecessary. We'll start with Sweeping Beam, actually, and just defend if that's our best play afterwards. Cool. Defend. Completely acceptable first turn. We take 5 damage, but all of them took enough damage such that, like... Yeah, it would be nice to get, Thunder. Such that, like, Thunder Tempest is going to deal most of the damage that we need to deal. It would have been nice to get Glacier here as well. Like, both of these cards would have been incredible plays here. Instead, we've got sort of awkward players. Next turn, we do have our 3rd mana. Not that that helps us a lot. If we Tempest, we could try and threaten killing one of them. That might be better than playing Defend, to be completely honest. Plus, if it doesn't kill one of them, we can always Liquid Memories for Sweeping Beam. I think that's the best line, because frankly... So this will evoke 2 orbs. That has a low chance of killing this guy, a low chance of killing this guy. If 2 hit this guy, then we Sweeping Beam... No, it's not that good. I think we just accept that this is a lot of damage. And we move on to next turn. It's an unfortunate thing to accept, though. Like, I don't feel like we should have to accept that. But I think we do accept it. Yeah, having both of these here is bad. Because playing Tempest is not right. That means it's defend. Well, it's still, we still end up playing Tempest, of course. So I suppose it's defend Tempest. We just accept the damage. That was lucky. Is Liquid Memories worth 3 health? Sorry, is it worth 3 health and all of these guys being a lot lower? Next turn we're looking at 9 damage and 7 damage, right? 9 damage and 7 damage is 16 damage. This only blocks 10. This gives us the extra 5, and then we just play Strike. No, we don't need to worry. Because of Happy Flower, we don't need to do Liquid Memories here, I don't think. Can you tell I'm trying to think like a lot harder about this? Because I really, really badly want to win. Okay, I thought this was going to be slightly different. Why did I think that? I think I just did not factor in this guy attacking me. That's okay, because if we do Thunder Glacier, we're going to deal so much damage that this should always kill. Yeah. Yeah, I think that was right. I think that was right. I sort of eyeballed it. May not have been right. Speed Potion is very nice for us to have. We're going to get a lot of value out of that. We have Unceasing Top. This is interesting because I love Unceasing Top. I love it a lot. And FTL now is just like you always take it, right? Because we can now construct a world where we win. Like just through Unceasing Top. Like this is a win con we've picked up. And then FTL is a way to make that win con more acceptable. Now, we don't have to go all in on the win con. We can go half on the win con. Like, sometimes we win through Unceasing Top, sometimes we win through other methods. But FTL will be part of that. Then is just like FTL the best card to take here. I'm not taking Boost away because it fucks up Unceasing Top and I don't need it. And we also have this, which just helps our defense now. Like, now we just drew, like, a really good Boost away equivalent. Do we want Shadow Shield? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say that I'm okay right now with Thunder Tempest being a lot of our, like, big damage, right? We just, like, have Thunder on the field and then we just play Tempest. Our last elite, if we go here, which we don't have to, we can always go Shopwards, but if we do go there, that will be the Shambler. We don't really want to Dark Orb into the Shambler, we do want FTL into the Shambler. We do go here, though. Do we rest? I think it's okay to rest. Resting gives us how much health? 23. We probably want to do at least one rest here or here. And I think it's okay to do the rest here just to make this safer / make sure we can do this guaranteed in order to go up here. I'll rest. We probably could have greeted the Happy Flower a little bit more. But I do think I would rather do the Elite than the Shop, even though the Shop can give us, like, closer to Unceasing Top being good. It's tiring. Thinking about like, all of this much is actually tiring a little. So we always play FTL. Question is on whom? Five damage on this puts it down to 9, which is really nice for, like, Strike plus Lightning. They're dealing 14, so to full block we do this, and I think it's okay to try and full block here. This negative is Frail, from memory? Yeah, okay. I would have loved my Sweeping Beam. It's okay. We play Thunder Zap. Have I misunderstood? No, I'm surprised that did that. Oh no, 8 damage went on the two-tailed rat. I just missed seeing that. So if we double strike this guy, we only take 2 damage. So I'm just going to do that. I think that's right. And I try not to speak during the bit that sounds like BBC Sherlock. Okay. So now, like, are we being really greedy and trying to get Happy Flower to work? Yeah, we are. Yeah, we're trying to win this run. We're being greedy to get Happy Flower to activate on turn 1. Which we have successfully done. Nice. Okay, so Beam Cell is part of Unceasing Top. It's funny we didn't take Claw, because now Claw would have been really nice. Beam Cell is part of Unceasing Top being good, but during the bridge, it's not good. And we aren't striking very much right now. And if we do eventually do Unceasing Top, we can pick up this later. Or we could just not pick it up at all, if we eventually do the Unceasing Top thing. So, like, I don't know if we actually want Beam Cell. Normally, I would have instantly taken it here because I have Unceasing Top, so, like, we can just go for Beam Cell. And, you know, there's, like, a platonic ideal of the Unceasing Top deck I want, and in virtue of that platonic ideal, you take the zero-cost card because it lets you extend your zero-cost train for longer. But during this transitioning period, where we don't have that platonic ideal, and maybe never will, I'm not so certain I want Beam Cell in that. And if I don't want Beam Cell in that, am I just only taking Subroutine? To justify Subroutine, what Subroutine does let us do is, one, it makes it every time we draw a power during this Unceasing Top theoretical sense, we'll gain a mana, which is nice. But Subroutine is also just like a solid card. It's not great. It doesn't do a lot for us now. It's also like a brick now. But we also have to, like, acknowledge that we're getting very close to the end of the act, and we have skipped a lot, and we didn't take as many fights as we maybe normally should. So we don't have a lot of cards. Like, we haven't gone to that many fights, and we skipped one time. Or possibly 2 times, yeah. But because we haven't gone to a lot of fights, we don't actually have, like, a particularly developed deck. And our events were, like, relic/healing based. Which might say we should go here. Like, I'm worried about the amount of cards we have, just in, like, terms of raw strength. I suppose we have 2 more fights. I shouldn't be too worried. I don't think I'm taking any of these. I think I'm skipping again. And I will fight this. I'm not going to go for the shop. I haven't seen this guy's new animations yet. I saw them on the Reddit, but I haven't seen them myself. Pretty cool. I'm not going to speed potion just for 5 defense. I think I can get more out of this speed potion later. Even though we're kind of due for some potions. I haven't been keeping track of the percentages, which kind of sucks. I should get, like, an application that lets me keep track of them. I mean, theoretically, we could say that I know I've only picked up 1 potion. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, then minus 10. Minus 20, actually. So this should have been 50. So we have a 60% here, theoretically, I think. Okay. Well, we have 5 mana. Well, 4 mana, sorry. So which card don't we want to play? Probably just dual cast? Yeah. Okay. Take 7 damage. This guy's animations are kind of strange. We play Glacier. Like, I'm thinking Thunder Glacier. We take a little bit of damage. 4. But we set up our Thunder, which is really nice. And our Frost Orbs. I think that's right. We'd love to deal 25 if we can. There's no reason not to play F tier. If we Tempest, we're possibly overkilling. I don't want to play full Tempest, I don't think. We want to deal 17 damage. We're already dealing 9. So we only need to deal 8 more. So we only want to do 1 Tempest. So I think we do block, block. Strike Tempest. Cool. Because I still want to have these Frost Orbs. There's no reason not to FTL. Like, no liquid memories or speed potion reason. Okay. Here we do Glacier to make sure we're full blocking and blocking up for next turn. And we just strike. We don't even zap, because we want that to be exhausted if we can. And setting, like, in case we just brick somehow. I don't know how we'd brick. We can set it up for next turn. I'm very happy with this fight. This fight, I feel like we did very well. Parrying Shield is another bit of, if you simply block forever, you will win. Now, there aren't 0-cost block cards that don't shuffle something bad into our deck. So Parrying Shield is not going to, like, do Unceasing Top shenanigans. But with both Mercury Hourglass and Parrying Shield, we are getting to a scenario where if we simply just take block cards, we will win. Potion of Binding is nice to have. That means if this was 60, we're down to 50 here. Which means we should use a potion if it's presented as a nice opportunity. And I don't think I want any of these. I don't think I want Ball Lightning. Maybe I'm just not making my deck strong. Like, I'm not diluting my strikes right now, which is kind of worrisome. And Ball Lightning might be, like, just on the cusp of good enough because it works with Thunder. But, like, I don't want Chaos. I don't want Beam Cell. And I don't want Ball Lightning, but maybe I'm just supposed to take it. Here I would have taken a Leap. If a Leap presented itself, that's like Parrying Shield, that's Mercury Hourglass, it does decent things. I'm skipping. I don't think I want those. Okay, remember. Feel free to use a potion this fight. We're 50% likely to get a potion back. We can always Sweeping Beam. We can always FTL. And by always, I mean sometimes you might draw something you don't want to draw. But I think we just defend Tempest. And we're happy. Thank you, Parrying Shield, which I did immediately forget about. Glacier on its own procs Parrying Shield. That's a really nice combo. We can just do Thunder, Zap with Glacier. Damn. Parrying Shield feels good with Frost Orbs. I just realized I instinctively went for the kill. We weren't blocking this turn, but we could have tried to set up Happy Flower, but I don't think taking damage is worth it. We did unfortunately get a potion. We're down to 40%. And I probably don't want the Fire Potion over any of these. I'm only thinking like the Speed Potion might be worse. But I don't think I want the Fire Potion over those. Okay, fantastic. Charge Battery is kind of exactly the card I wanted. It works with Happy Flower. It and 2 Frost Orbs will activate Parrying Shield. And it gives us the mana to make Unceasing Top work. I think we take Charge Battery. I think it's the ideal card for us. And if we draw, we do Charge Battery one turn, we draw through everything, Unceasing Top gives us another Charge Battery. That just means we get that for next turn. And we get to sort of continue the cycle. It eventually becomes 0 cost. Sort of, kind of, not really. This is literally a 0 cost card, though. This is worth saying. Like, after we go through the deck once, which we do need to go through. Like, we do need to go through the deck once in order to get rid of Ascender's Bane. This will become 0 cost on the way through. But just because of Ascender's Bane, we're not actually, like, infinite unceasing topping. Unless we... we're thinking floor 3, act 3, we're thinking like we could wish Ascender's Bane on turn 1, right? Just to get rid of it. This does cost 0, but it's not that good. I think I take Charge Battery. I think we upgrade. I don't think we need to rest, and upgrading Zap would be really nice for us. Or Dual Cast. Actually, I don't know which is better. Dual Cast might be better. Upgrade Dual Cast. I think it's better. Like, I don't want Zap out of my deck. I don't know if I want Dual Cast out of my deck. We're not going to play any of these early. I don't think I want, like, Vulnerable specifically on this turn. It's just worth remembering we do have Liquid Memories. Sweeping Beam. Thunder Dual Cast. We're not going to set up a Parrying Shield, so we'll just strike. Okay. Charge Battery? Defend. Would I rather have 3 health or deal 6 damage? I think I'd rather have 3 health. Either we do 9 damage a turn is really nice. Glacier fully blocks, so I think we're just doing Tempest, Glacier. That is obviously not how Tempest and Glacier work together. Uh-oh. I was thinking like I really wanted the back orb to be the Frost Orb, but I just forgot that Tempest I don't get to choose. That is on me. That's pretty fine. Like, it's 10 damage. It's not going to kill me. But it's not what I wanted to do. But it's not too bad. Like, it is aggressive, and ultimately doing this fight quicker, it means that Steam Eruption is going to hurt me less. But it is not what I intended to do. We will Sweeping Beam. We will Dual Cast. Liquid Memories could always give us Dual Cast, which is kind of funny. I'll simply Strike. It's not what I wanted to do. 24 is fine. 20 damage here. There is no reason not to FTL. I will certainly be Glaciering. So we've done our 10 damage. We've got our 10 block 6 damage with Parrying Shield. This might have been the turn to Speed Potion. That way we can just play +1 defend, +1 strike. It's only saving us 1 mana. Speed Potion just might not be good. Like, Fire Potion might have been better than Speed Potion. We could Liquid Memories back the Glacier if we wanted to. But all it does is really let us play 1 strike. I'm simply just going to double defend. Tempest will not be lethal. I don't think. We get 6 damage, 8 damage, 8 damage. 6, 8, 8. Then like 9. No, that's not enough. So I think we charge Battery and then Tempest. Seems okay by me. Bunch of block, bunch of damage. This turn we're almost certainly killing. We do this, we can do this. Then we Glacier up for the block. Like, we're gonna take 30 damage this turn. Okay. This might be one of the best uses we get out of Speed Potion. I know that sounds strange, but we're thinking about how much we're healing when we go into the next floor. And we'll heal a little bit more. No. Even if... I'd rather just lose the pot, 40% chance. And we just play these two, and we don't even play any of these. Like, think about it. We play this and this. We go to... What is that? This is 12, this is 16. 16. We'd be taking 10 extra damage, basically, by not playing the speed pot. 10 damage means we heal, like, 2 less? No, that's not worth it. We just take the speed pot. We continue at next floor. In fact, this could give us a defensive card, too. We did get a dexterity potion, which means I should have used the speed potion. That's... Now this is 30%, man. That's unfortunate. I didn't... Yeah. Okay, let's see what we get here first. So, if we ever wanted to... I mean, this is always good, right? As soon as you have Unceasing Top, this is just incredibly good. This does let us just play more random nonsense. Tempest is kind of funny with an Unceasing Top deck because it does just stop the Unceasing Top. But this is just like what you want in Unceasing Top, right? Consuming Shadow would be good like attack. Like we're gonna want Dark Orbs coming into, you know, 2 and 3 maybe. Like Act 2 and 3. Reboot is fine, but I don't think we need a reboot. Super Critical is just like the simple choice, right? We have Unceasing Top. I think we take Super Critical. We get rid of the Speed Potion, we take Dexterity Potion, I think. Tezcataro. Before I look at Tezcataro, I do want to hit one of these two, because we have a lot of money to spend. Or maybe this, but... There is a 3 Elite Path here. There's also one here, theoretically. Then there's also a 3 Elite Path, like, here. So now the question is, how do we maximize rest sites per 3 Elite Path? And the best one's actually the rightmost. There's 2 rest sites in that 3 Elite Path. So we could easily see something like this. Hold on. No, there's only 1 rest site, because you'd be skipping it. Like, it does give you the flexibility, but it does mean... Like, what's nice about this path is you get 2 bits of flexibility, one between this choice and one between this choice. However, it does... Yeah, I think that means we take the right path, because it gives you just the right amount of flexibility. Depending on what we get from Tezcataro, of course. So... Soot sucks. We can't take Big Hug, because if we want to actually do Unceasing Top, this sucks. Nutritious Soup is like the Unceasing Top card. Like, you can really easily imagine this deck now with Cheap and Zap, possibly remove Tempest, and we just start ticking out defense, and as soon as we get through Ascender's Bane, we do start having an actual infinite. I think we take Nutritious Soup. In addition, like, it's kind of just like make the deck like slightly stronger anyway. Even if we just keep going for the lightning stuff, like, it's just extra damage. I think we take Nutritious Soup though. Okay. So we do want to hit, we do kind of want to hit 2 shops actually. Because starting to remove the defense and possibly eventually the Tempest could be really nice. We gotta start thinking like Act 3. 2 of the Act 3 bosses like prevent Unceasing Top from doing well. Kind of. The Doormaker, so I'm thinking Doormaker and... Sorry, we're getting into yap time. Doormaker and Queen both present issues for Unceasing Top as like the only win con. Which maybe I should have thought before I just like clicked Nutritious Soup. Maybe we should have taken Pumpkin Candle. Both of these present issues for this, and arguably phase 2 of Test Subject. Queen is a bigger issue because Doormaker phase 3 is just like you lose a mana, which doesn't... It's not that bad to lose a mana if you're actually going like full on infinite. And, you know, with potions or with exhaust cards, you could develop an actual legitimate infinite. Which, if we get Doormaker, we will go for. So now I'm more interested about Queen. If we see Queen, we can't go for Unceasing Top. If we see Queen, we are going to have to go for, like, big, grandiose, you know. Or, not necessarily, because against Queen, as long as you get rid of those bound cards, you're good. So if we have, like, the Colorful Philosopher's event that lets us discount other cards, or if we have just a potion, or even a Purity, like a Purity in hand. So it's just worth thinking, like, against Queen, we want something like a Purity or a Potion. Against Doormaker, we just need to make sure we're waiting for the final turn and that we're actually fully infinite. And Test Subject, we should be fine into... As long as our power level is, like, at enough of them anyway. Okay, so, lots of yapping. We always play F tier. We should be at, like, 30% here, I think. Okay. Remember, most of our damage right now still comes from Mercury Hourglass Parrying Shield, or a fair bit of it does. Glacier gives us 10, Defend gives us 2. That's okay by me. Oh, I guess I can always play both of those, huh? I guess I was always full playing my hand then. It's just how much of the other thing that I want to play. Strike, Zap. We are supposed to defend. Good thing I caught myself. Parrying Shield. That's right, we also have Super Critical. I'm not going to try and let Unceasing Top... Sorry, let Happy Flower work specifically. Yeah, no, I'd rather just not take damage. You took Glacier. Here's where we make a really interesting decision. Do we actually want Glacier right now? Take Glacier out of the deck, and you don't have that many cards that cost money. All you have is a Ascender's Bane. Oh, this is... What do you have? We have Go for the Eyes. Go for the Eyes is a fantastic card if we're actually going for Unceasing Top, because it's just another defensive card. I think you make the bet that you can take Glacier out of the deck. I think we take it out. I think we go for it. And we just rely on things like Liquid Memories to kind of bail us out, or Potion of Binding. I'm going to take this, and I'm not going to take Glacier back. Hello. Abacus won't be that helpful. I don't want any of these. Like, Hotfix isn't important. Although this does say Exhaust. It's worth just thinking that, like, it doesn't actually matter then. In the sense that, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying. I don't need these. None of these help me. I don't think these potions help me more than the potions I currently have. Do I want Tempest out more than I want Defend out? Who are the elites, by the way? We've got B-Guy. Okay, B-Guy is a reason I should not have taken Glacier out of the deck. We have Rend, and we have Decimillipede. B guy should mean I shouldn't have taken Glacier. It's like risky to have taken Glacier out of the deck. Very, very, very risky. We don't have to fight an elite. If we just do this, we can avoid every elite and still hit most of the things we want to hit. Or we, I don't know, rely on something like a Mayhem to get us through. Or a Colorless Potion. Or Thunder Tempest. Like, super critical into Tempest isn't bad. Like, I only talked about super critical as if it's an unceasing top card. But super critical Tempest will be a fair bit of damage. All of this is to say, you can also take Null, right? Null would also do damage. This is all to say, I'm going to remove a Defend. Okay. Hello. This guy. Go for the eyes. I mean, we just play our whole hand here. I don't want to play any of these cards, so I'm good. We have a Sender's Bane, but we also have super critical. So I think we just do... Well, we can summon a lot of Lightning Orbs. Yeah, okay. That keeps Happy Flower the next turn. I don't want these that add the stuff. That add things, and I don't want Charge Battery, I don't think. Like, it does just cost mana. It does make things slower. I don't need Charge Battery. We move on. These guys. We can do another Super Critical Tempest. Super Critical Tempest will deal 8 damage 5 times. That's not good enough for me. I'm gonna do Charge Battery, Defend, Tempest, Super Critical. Strike you. Thunder. Defend. Defend. Sweeping Beam. Strike you. Strike you. FTL. Go for the eyes. Hope you know I'm very much in my happy place right now. I love situations like this. All enemies lose 7 strength. That's going to be really helpful against B guy. More so than Potion of Binding would. Whoa, is that true? More so than Dex Potion, actually. None of these cards help. It's hard to imagine a card that does help us with Unceasing Top other than Double Energy or Super Critical, right? Like just mana gain. That doesn't come at a negative. That's like the only thing that actually helps us. As well as, you know, I'm not against saying like All for One will let us play a little bit more properly into certain opponents we need to play properly into. Hunter Killer is something that could pose a worry. I'll do Sweeping Beam actually. I should have waited because of FTL. Zap. Okay, we are taking a little bit of damage. Not enough for me to want to Liquid Memories though. Okay. FTL. No, a Defend is not. I mean, it doesn't actually activate my Parrying Shield. Okay, well this turn we should always just be killing. Oh. Uproar and Hologram. Hologram is interesting. If we find the Remove Exhaust event, we can definitely try and find an infinite after Sender's Bane is gone from us. I don't think I want any of these. But maybe I'm playing too aggressively. Here, I'm upgrading... Well, I was originally going to say Zap. Yeah, I still think I'm taking Zap. Like, Zap is going to cost 2 mana, and so is Super Critical. So I'd rather just upgrade Zap. I mean, ideally we'd remove Zap at some point, but we wouldn't remove Super Critical. But I do think we upgrade Zap. Do I want to risk the B guy? Can I even kill the B guy? Would it be possible? I've got 3 potions. But I like, to beat the B guy, I have to use Tempest Thunder. That is the only way I've got to defeat B guy. And it may not even be enough damage. I don't think I'm able to beat the B guy. And I don't know if I need the benefits that much. So I'm just going to go to the regular encounters. Hunter Killer. Very similar to the bee guy, but not as bad. It could be worth considering, actually, did I want to do Potion of Binding there? Great turn 1 though. Like, incredible turn 1. Okay, Hunter Killer. We are probably using the Shackling Potion against you. Or I just do super critical Liquid Memories and I kill you. I think that's better. This should kill you. Cool. So, argument, you're going to make an argument there's no reason not to take Hotfix? I think that's a fine argument. At this point, we're going fairly all in on Unceasing Top. I think saying there's no reason to... Like, if I'm not fighting the elites, I have to be, like, saying there's no reason not to take Hotfix. That's, like, those are the same sentence, I think. Centennial Puzzle is nice to have taken, or to have received. Here we upgrade Supercritical. Okay. An attack, a block, or a power. I don't think we need the power. The power would let us draw Ascender's Bane earlier. That's the only benefit of it. So we upgrade Sweeping Beam, or we upgrade Charge Battery. I think those are really the only two choices I have. Or, I don't... No. If that's the case, I think I'm upgrading Sweeping Beam. No, I mean upgrade FTL, because I want to take Sweeping Beam out eventually. FTL is like probably my best card here. Although now I prevented FTL from getting a different enchantment, maybe that's bad. Okay, would I rather an upgraded rare power or an upgraded uncommon skill? I so badly want to win this run, so I'm going to look up what the powers and skills are. Defect, Untapped, GG. I've been using Untapped GG as opposed to the wiki. I don't know if it's better or worse. Cards. So, rarity, rare, defect, power. And it would be upgraded. Buffer, Consuming Shadow, Coolant, Creative AI, Defragment, Echo Form, Machine Learning, Spinner, Treasure. What I'm actually going to do, and you're welcome for this, I'm going to take a screenshot of it and put it up on the screen. But to do that, I'm going to take the screenshot now so I don't have to get it later. It's called Defect Screenshot 1, Spider. Okay, so... I don't want any of these, right? So they do go out of my hand, which is nice, right? But I don't want Trash to Treasure. Spinner is fine. Machine Learning doesn't do anything. Creative AI is bad. Consuming Shadow I don't need. Buffer is good. So basically Buffer is good, Defragment is good. And like I'd take an Echo Form. I wouldn't turn my nose at an Echo Form. But there are only 3 good options of 9. And I'm losing Shackling Potion, which is better than Potion of Binding. Alternatively, we go Skill, we go Uncommon. We are looking at Boot Sequence, Chaos, hold on, I'll just show you the image. However, so I'm going to take a screenshot of the image. One of the choices is Double Energy, which is really good. Chill, I would also very much accept. Well, let me save it. Defect Run Screenshot 2. Yeah. I suppose the only one I really want is Double Energy. Or Chill. I would also probably accept Scavenge, to be honest. Okay, we didn't get what I wanted. But Boot Sequence is fairly acceptable. I mean, it's a 0 cost. Like, you can just take Boot Sequence. I'm going to take Boot Sequence. Okay. I'm glad I went through that effort, actually. Royally approved. Innate and Retain. Okay. This is going to sound crazy. Innate and Retain on Ascender's Bane means it's out of our deck on turn 1. I know that sounds really weird, but Ascender's Bane is the main issue. If I can get rid of Ascender's Bane, on turn 1. I'm very, very happy. What are you? Debuffs double, meat on the bone, I don't need that. Ultra strategy is big. Whoa, that's new. That's beautiful. Attack or skill. Attack or skill. Okay, good thing I checked that. Then I don't really care. Don't think there's anything, like, go for the eyes maybe? Go for the eyes is the only thing I'd want. None of these help me. None of these are like exhaust cards, which is what I'm looking for. So my only thought here is you take Master of Strategy, because it says draw a Sender's Bane earlier, / you know, make decisions. It's not a bad card. I'm probably removing a basic defend here. Or Tempest. No, I still think I need Tempest. So I think I remove a basic defend. And I probably take Master of Strategy, huh? That's sad. If Royally Approved could work on curses, that would be really, really good for me. Yeah, we'll play it turn 1. FTL. Thunder, Zap. I think I'm just gonna play my whole hand here. Draw more cards. Full cast. And there's a Sender's Bane. Okay, so we now have everything. Did we play Super Critical? We did not. Oh. Tempest. Into Super Critical. Cool. Fire Potion is nice. Do we want another boot sequence? Do we need another boot sequence? What's the value of a second boot sequence? That's a lot of boot sequence. I don't think I want these. Knowledge Demon doesn't give us curses, so I'm not too worried about it. Like, we will be able to cycle pseudo infinitely. Hotfix not exhausting is fine. It's probably go for the eyes. Just have him go for the eyes for 2 turns in a row, because that's not going to happen every time. It's probably good enough. Alright, Demon of Knowledge. We can probably accept a lot of the maladies, right? Drawing 1 less card, who cares? There's a Sender's Bane. I don't care about drawing 1 fewer card. Cool, I'll take Mind Rat. Well, I guess I'm playing Master Strategy, that's always happening, huh? Yeah, this turn plays itself, I think. Is that... It's not worth Shackling Potion, that. Cool. Go for the eyes. Hotfix. Strike, strike, strike. Defend, Tempest. If we really want, we could Shackling Potion. Are we ever getting more value out of Shackling Potion? Signs point to yes. If we keep it, is it worth keeping for that long? Signs point to no, is my thinking, right? Okay. Super Critical, Zap, Boot Sequence Strike, FTL, Charge Battery, Sweeping Beam, Dual Cast, Tempest. Okay. Go for the eyes, Sweeping Beam. I should do Sweeping Beam first in case it draws me FTL. Okay. Good match. Stable Serum is not going to be good against Queen, who is still my main concern. You might think I want to take Adaptive Strike, but I don't. Adding a 2-cost card is pretty bad. Although, maybe it's not. It's 1 2-cost card, but every copy of it is going to continually add 0-cost copies. It's probably Adaptive Strike. I'm going to have a fair bit of floating mana around, and it kind of lets me take out... Like, that lets me take out Tempest, which is kind of cute. Like, this sort of replaces Tempest's slot of the big damage card. And in long fights, which could be what, like, the test subject is. The test subject could be a long fight. It also helps against the Doormaker a lot, actually, because I get to play it on the turn that it exhausts stuff. It is Adaptive Strike, I think, even though it's kind of not perfect. Queen was my fear. So we have two options here. Option 1, get a potion that counters the effect, because I don't think there's a card in the defects card pool that says, like, exhaust other cards except Scavenge. And we'd need to get 2 Scavengers in the hand at 1 turn in order to defeat the effect. So a potion. 2 is Purify. And 3 is win on turn 1. Now, if we can generate a win on turn 1, I wouldn't complain. Or even if it's like, 80% of a win on turn 1. That's another way of doing it. But Queen was the one I was most scared about, and we did get it. Sorry, I guess the 4th option is don't do Unceasing Top. Just do some other win con. Which would be sad. Who wants to do a win con that isn't Unceasing Top? But, like, All for One won't be terrible. We still have Thunder and Tempest. We could just get, like, a second copy of Thunder and just Tempest plus, like, mana. Like, if we get, like, a double energy, you can easily see what's with a second Tempest, a second Thunder, and then Tempest plus extra mana would be kind of good. But, yeah, I mean, sorry, we're saying win on turn 1, asterisk, the Bane, right? We still have to worry about the Bane for winning on turn 1. So we'll see if non-PAP helps us with that, and then we'll move on. Glam has replay once per combat. Chant 3 cards with Swift 3, or the Diadem. I don't really want to take the Diadem. The Diadem isn't really what I want for my game plan. A replay once per combat is kind of what I think the answer is. Replay once per combat lets us go for this win con, where we don't play for Unceasing Top. Because we get Creative AI, we get another one of Thunder, right? And we just sort of play good cards multiple times, right? The other argument being, if we think about how Bound works, right? What Bound's effect on the game is you have to play singular, really good cards. And what Glam says is every card is twice as good. Asterisk, every card's twice as good the first time you play it. Which matters for, like, we shouldn't be going full infinite. So I think the answer is Glitter. The answer is sort of, unfortunately, that we are trying to probably go for this unless we can get the potion. And what we need from a potion is just one that says exhaust the hand, which I believe is a single potion that says that. I can look up the potions. There should be a standard potion, like a rare potion or something that does that. I know there's Ash Water. I know there's, like, the event potion. Oh no, Ash Water is Ironclad specific. I actually don't know if there's a neutral potion that would help. I'm scrolling through the potions now. Yeah, none of the neutral potions actually do enough. Which is really funny. Yeah, there actually isn't a potion. This is like a false line. Kind of asterisk. You can duplicator on a duplicator if the card is bound on the card that exhausts the card would work. The card that exhausts the card and give you mana. Specifically, if you duplicated that, you would be able to go all in on the infinite. Other than that, I can't get the Glow Water potion. I'm not going to be able to find that event, right? So I think we take Glam. I think that means we want to do card rewards. We have to fight an elite. What are the elites? There is the guy with the big sword. There is the 3 guys that one will exhaust and one will remove your stuff. And there is the Soul Nexus, who just says ideal damage. Congratulations. Okay, I'm not too worried about these. This one shuffles in statuses, but only on turn 2? So who cares about that? We will want to hit a shop late. We're probably looking at something like this path. Although that might just be a worse version of, like, this path, which gives us two rest sites, as opposed to just 1, at the cost of a possible elite. I'm gonna take the right path. Nonetheless, before we get to that spot, we do still have the Unceasing Top deck. That is still offered to us. But we should be considering the fact that we're probably not unceasing topping forever. None of these cards are good enough, though. Like, even if we're not unceasing topping forever, none of these cards are good enough. Maybe they are, actually. Like, if we're really thinking about it, we're going to be looking at turns where our 5 cards are these 4 strikes and a bloody sweeping beam. And at least we'd rather one of those cards be replay 1 Cold Snap, but only on the first time you play it, right? No, none of these cards are good enough. I'm really worried. I don't think we're winning this run. Sweeping beam. Maybe it's null, huh? We can sort of sit on a null for a little bit, and if we... Is multicast in this game? I think multicast is in this game. Like, if we go to cards, and we go to multicast... Yeah, so multicast is in this game. If we got multicast from a card reward, it would also have replay on it. And we do have mana. So if we take a card like null, you can see worlds where we just try and beat the final boss with a null plus a multicast. A multicast with replay, mind you. That's a win con. And I think we want to play for that. We might want to take null here. And null is not a bad card. It's not great, but it's not a bad card. I think we take null here. I think, unfortunately, I have to, like, accept that we, you know, I don't really want to believe it, because what if we get Purify? But I think I'm accepting that we're going for play 4. Which means I wish we didn't take Glacier out of our deck ages and ages ago. I did not need to play Master of Strategy there, sorry. I'm playing on autopilot. Thank you, Null, for replaying. Actually, I'm going to hit you just in case. It sucks, but it's what we have to do. Are we taking Overclock then? Like, seriously, are we taking, like, Turbo? Are we taking these cards that let us win if we get multicast? Maybe going all in on multicast is the wrong way to do it, though. Yeah, going all in on multicast is not good, and these are gonna stuff us up on elites. I'm gonna say skip, but I'm worried I'm sort of like not thinking about how I have to do this properly now. Okay, we still have a an Ascender's Bane in the bin, which isn't great. Okay. Signal Boost is really good, because if we Signal Boost before we Thunder, that is definitely a win con. I'll take Signal Boost. Signal Boost before Thunder gives us like 30 damage every single time we exhaust, evoke, and 30 damage multiplied enough is going to be good enough. They changed this guy to single axe butt. I think that's kind of a cool change. I should have done Sweeping Beam before I played my other cards, just in case we drew either FTL or just other stuff I wanted earlier. Just quickly remember, we do still have potions. I haven't needed any of them. I don't think we've taken any damage. But good to remember. Right. Null cast twice. Maybe I should have played Null. Lightning Rod with Replay 2 might be the line. Lightning Rod Plus is like a pretty good card to just summon a bunch of lightning, and if we're going to be using Thunder as our lethal, if we don't get multicast for Null, Thunder is our lethal, which means we should just take Lightning Rod. It's just a solid block, damage, has replay on it. May as well. These three guys. Oh. Not too upset to see these three guys. FTL on you. Boom, boom. 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 Do we want to use a potion? No. Take 3 damage. Okay. So, we do get to triple play Thunder, which is kind of funny. But we're also just going to play out the whole hand, right? Dual cast makes Thunder activate a ton. Hearing a sound effect that sounds like a Discord ping, but I know it isn't because I don't have Discord pings. My upgrades are no more. Woe is me. Prayer Wheel is nice to have gotten, I think. We only have 2 regular combats, but okay, it's not nice to have gotten, to be honest. A lot of other things would have been better. I'll take the weak potion over the fire potion. Iteration? Refract or leap? Leap is not good enough at this point. I need to be doing more than just leap for my defense. No, maybe leap is enough, actually. Leap might be just enough. No, I don't. With this much health, I don't think I need it. Like, the health lets me sort of accept that I'm gonna take damage, and that's kind of okay. Don't think I want those. Letter Opener is nice. It is just a little bit of extra damage. Smith, what do we upgrade? Adaptive Strike's a lot more damage. 5 is not insignificant. We don't really want Hotfix anymore. Like, Hotfix will be fine, but because we actually want that to exhaust, I think. No, we upgrade Thunder. We need to upgrade Thunder here. Because that damage increase is going to be really significant if that's how we're actually planning on winning, is Thunder stuff. Okay, hopefully we don't just draw the bad stuff immediately. Nice. What's your strategy? Cool. Letter Opener is really nice to have gotten for regular fights. When we get into the boss, it won't help, but I'm glad to have it for now. We don't want these. Shadow Shield is not what we want. We don't want these either. Barrage is fine. Beam Cell is... No, because against the boss we're not doing regular attacks. That's not going to be where most of our damage comes from. It's just going to be Thunder. Another thing I think about is maybe Compact, to be honest. But no, we don't want Barrage, we don't want Beam Cell. I think we want Boot Sequence. We might want Shadow Shield. I don't think Shadow Shield is terrible, but if we already have Null, and I think Null is just going to be better Shadow Shield for... well, probably worse Shadow Shield for us, to be honest. Null is better. Null is worse than Shadow Shield. I don't think I want Uproar enough. It's weird to be skipping all these cards that have like good text, because I think I'm very certain that what I want to do is just Thunder Tempest. I think that's something I have decided for myself. But I'll take 2 turns before they shuffle stuff in. That's kind of good. That's not good. Because we did miss out on getting my thing. There's a Sender's Mane. We needed that last turn. Because now we're kind of fucked. In fact, we might have needed a Strength Potion. I'm going to do it now. But this is going to be tough. This might have to be... We might have to prove to ourselves that this is good enough here. Signal Boost. Thunder. It's only 16. Right, that makes sense. It's not going to be 32. That's pretty bad, actually. Yeah. Okay, I think Centennial Puzzle. Monster strategy. We want this out of the hand at this point. Yeah. Sucks to not have gotten Armor Center's Bane turn 1. But that's also my hubris for going for elites. Like, I actively sought out elites. Likely not a correct play. We didn't do no damage. A second Tempest sounds really good. With a replay as well. A second Tempest, I think, helps us a lot here. We go this. Potions, what have you got? Don't think I want these. Another Thunder is incredible. Another Thunder means we have a second thing that this, when it gets replayed, works on. Okay. I think we have what we need. I think we take Thunder. We're probably taking Skim, because we need actual just like natural card draw, and Skim is natural card draw. I know that sounds weird, but like we don't have infinite card draw anymore, so we need to just actually just get more cards every turn. Okay. Potions. May as well just get potions. I don't want a flex potion, not really. I don't know if clarity is going to be better than plating. It probably is. I kind of want Staple Serum. I'm realizing that, like, we're really thinking about it. We want to make sure we're doing this upgraded Tempest and Super Critical on the same turn. And so Stable Serum is going to be a big part of that. Alright, Frognite. I'm not going to play these Tempests. I'm going to wait. Sweeping Beam, Skim, FTL, Super Critical. Okay. And we're gonna heal. Liquid Memories might be better than a weak potion. Like, if we draw stuff in the wrong order, like we get the Thunder in the wrong order, or the Tempest, we might want to quickly zhup that back into our hand. I'll go to the weak potion for it. I should have looked at this first, very technically. No, I don't want it. Compile driver. No, I don't want any of these. No, I don't want those. We definitely sleep here. I think I just want health at this point. Alright. All this planning, all this thinking, to see if we can beat the Queen. Super Critical turn 1 is not what I wanted to see. Clarity Extract. Tempest is also not what I wanted to see. Which means instead of Staple Seruming now, I'm probably going to wait to do it later and hope that I draw the Super Critical then. And just try and set up my Thunders and my Signal Boosts. It's a little awkward, but I think it's right. I think we're just doing this. Thank you for the extra card draw. Okay, we have Signal Boost. That was really important to get done early. Signal, go for your eyes. I'll Skim. We didn't get either of our things, which is fine. And I'm glad to shuffle all this in. I don't think I want to master a strategy. I think I want to play a Lightning Rod. Get that organized through. I don't want to play the Glam version of it. We're just going to strike, strike, defend. Cool. I'm getting confident that this will work. So there's double Thunder 1. Here's double Thunder 2. Here's Charge Battery, which is just whatever. Like, we're taking a lot of damage here. But now, all we're really looking for is Super Critical and Stable... Well, Super Critical and Tempest plus the Glam version on the same turn. Hopefully they're not both bound. But cards are unbound end of turn, so even if they are Stable Serum, we can just wait, or we can Liquid Memories. I'm starting with FTL. Zap. Okay. Well, this isn't the Glam version, so we are probably just playing it. Is 3 block worth it? Possibly. I'm really worried about our health. Maybe I should have done Null. I'll Tempest. 3 block is probably not worth the 26 damage, 28 damage. Yeah, getting that extra damage is probably necessary. 24. Okay, if we draw it this turn, the Super Critical, we will do it. We didn't draw it, that's okay. This turn, we almost certainly Liquid Memories. Sorry, we almost certainly Stable Serum. This guy's gonna be dead next turn, surely. It's risky. I do this then. If he's gonna be dead next turn, I do this. Because Queen won't attack me next turn. Okay. So we hit them with the... Is there a hotfix in here? There is a hotfix in here. We're probably Liquid Memorizing that. Just for the extra damage. So we do Super Critical. I think we Liquid Memories it. We take the hotfix. We hotfix. And I think we actually made it through. Okay, that was definitely overkill. I'm really proud of our decisions. The Glam was really, really good. And yeah, mostly just the Glam was really good, and the decision to pivot and maintaining the Tempest Thunder from the very start was good. Like, we got rid of the Glacier, and I think that was much more okay to get rid of, because it's just a defensive card, and we can always add defensive cards, I suppose. But we did need, like, we were sort of using this as a bridge, but it was good to also keep it in our back pocket in case we needed it, even though it meant, like, Tempest was often preventing us from continually cycling. Luckily, Tempest is strong enough that if we do play it for 4 mana or whatever, it's still, like, good. That's good damage. We did it! We finally did it! What was this, 7 losses? I think so. I think this took 7 tries. 100 health. Oh, it's got so much good number wang. Apparently I hadn't taken glitter before. Alright, well, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you some other time.